everybody, I'm Charis. You guys know me, so this can be on my YouTube channel. And this is Ray wearing a light scarf.
Hey guys, how's it going?
We don't know why this is really happening. It's something about the way the sun is reflecting, but that's how taking pictures like this goes. We've tried to adjust it so that it doesn't work, and yet it's still there. So we do know that we've been working on your throat chakra lately a lot.
That's true, and I can definitely feel an abundance of work on my throat chakra right now. In a good way. It feels nice and warm.
What does it feel like? Yeah.
Well, you know, it is winter. We're here in Peonia, Colorado, and snow is on the ground.
Super, like 3 feet in that direction on the other side of this glass, it's like 30 degrees. And in here we're about to start sweating. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think there's an Arctic wind coming through, so it was the coldest that it's been in about 15 years.
Mm-hmm. We were seeing snow fairies the other day, and that explains it. Because they said they were bringing new light codes, new plant codes. Anyway, let's get to this reading. So this is the REALlationships flavor of the reading, and we're going to start doing a REALlationship series with various stuff in it, because a lot of people think that when you find someone that's just like you to be in a romantic relationship with, things get easier, but actually they get harder, and you usually have to peek out to even find them. So you find each other when you're super high on your awesomeness, and then you start going through a whole new level of shadow integration and healing traumas from your past, sometimes not even this lifetime, because you have somebody there to reflect you back at you, whereas when you were super high on your awesomeness, you didn't even get low enough in vibration to really get the gunk off the bottom of the river. So these readings are going to be for you guys talking about the masculine and feminine aspects of things, and it doesn't just have to be for males and females. Say you're a woman and you have a coworker at work where one of you is more the giver of energy and the other one is more the receiver, like say it's your superior or something. This might represent you, the giver, you the receiver as the female, and then the giver as the male energy, the one who's bringing in information, because the female in archetypal knowledge just receives. So it doesn't have to be boys and girls. And some of you guys might be in relationships where maybe the feminine partner is more dominant and the masculine partner is more submissive. There's nothing wrong with either of these roles. We both do them constantly. So we're just going to essentially give you what the flavor of the week is with what comes through the Thoth deck that you're using, which is an amazing deck. And then my decks are Gods and Goddesses and Goddesses and Sirens by Stacy Demarco. And the illustrator is Jimmy Manton, and his cards are really amazing. So, what's the flavor of the week?
I just have to say that if you guys like archetypical things, you guys would love the same deck that Charis has, because I find it really awesome to use as well. Yeah. And I'd like to pull a card for you guys to show you the flavor of the week. I pulled Queen of Discs. This is an awesome card for me personally, and I think this is a great sign for the flavor of the week. Just a little backlog. For me, the 4th was a rebirth, and right before that I was experiencing death energetically, so I just experienced a rebirth energy, and so this card represents coming into physical form for me. So basically everything that you were thinking about in the past week or so is going to start taking in the form, and that's why specifically it's important to focus on what you do want to bring into form for 2014, because I feel like the universe is really listening right now, and it's going to really help you create anything you want to. So there's really no limitations. So just keep that in mind, that this week whatever you'll be focusing on energetically and internally, which comes into an external experience as well, is going to really take form.
I love that she's holding Flower of Life too. Show them close that she's holding. That is cool. I love that symbol. So the cards that I'm going to pull to go on that is who is representing the divine masculine, divine feminine in the archetypal world right now. So I don't know if you guys have been noticing us kind of shuffling our decks when it's not our little turn, because we want to just kind of keep fluffing up the energy of the decks and making sure that they're awake and alive. So okay, so for the masculine, it's going to be Ra, the sun god, power, and for the feminine, it's home. Okay, wow. Well, this is obvious. All right, so Ra, the sun god, for masculine, right? Ra is the god of the sun. For the ancient Egyptians, he brought their abundance. He brought the sun, which made their crops grow, and he was the epitome of the masculine force. So it's kind of the one making moves, doing things. So on the masculine aspects of us, we're going to be wanting to move forward and create and grow. So it totally makes sense that this is going to be a week of creation. And then Vesta is the feminine, the receiver here. And she is one of the most ancient home goddesses. She's a home and hearth goddess. And she finds her divine power in taking care of the home and hearth. And she's a fierce goddess, but she mostly focuses on the pleasures of home, which you guys know, if you don't have any pleasures of home to go back to, it's much less of a beautiful experience. So it is something that we can focus on. So we're going to be giving, the masculine aspect is going to be giving power, moving forward, life creation. And then when we want to receive are things about home and comfort. So go ahead and do your work, but when you're done doing your work, relax at home and nourish yourself.
Definitely. We were just talking about that today because we just came into a new home here in Peonia, and I was saying it's nice to be here and know we're going to root in so we can really get into my routine. So that really synchronizes for me. And I'm going to actually pull a card for the challenges of the week to help us see what kind of energetic obstacles there may be. Which is, the card I pulled is the Ace of Discs, which is the actually creation of a new venture or something in this external world. So as I think is a real synchronicity with the Queen of Discs, because this week I was saying what you focus on is really going to take into form, because the universe is really like, it's really listening and it's going to manifest anything you guys want. So I find it a nice synchronicity that the challenge is actually going to be the same thing that the universe is trying to give us. So the challenge is going to actually be creating what we want by focusing on what we want and not letting the other things distract us. So like, I don't want to recreate like experiences in the past that I feel like I've already grown from, and I want to create new things this year in 2014 and step into my power. So I believe the challenge of the week is to focus on what it is you want to create.
That card also reminds me of the Merkaba, spinning the Merkaba. So I think maybe one of the challenges this week is going to be maintaining your energetic body, which is really the same thing, like make sure your focus is where you want it to be. But let's see, because what I'm drawing is how to surmount the challenges, masculine and feminine. So giving and receiving, what you need to give and what you need to receive in order to surmount these challenges. So what you need to give is play. Loki is a trickster god. And he's just a trickster god. They just mess with things, and they're the class clowns, and they put a wrench in the system just to kind of see what happens and get amusement for it. So that's kind of their shadow. But on their bright side, they keep things light and fun and happy. So in order to surmount that, you want to be giving play, and you want to be receiving self-love, Aphrodite. That makes sense. So you want to be playing outward and receiving inward. Everybody knows who Aphrodite is. She's one of the goddesses who has really survived, and the people who believe her. A lot of these gods and goddesses are forgotten, but Aphrodite is one of the ones still here. She's also Venus. She is love. And not only is she love, she's romantic, kind of sexual love, but that can also mean sensual. So it doesn't have to be about sexuality at all. It can be eating food that you really love, taking delicious baths and naps, or maybe just, if your thing is hanging out with people, if it's playing video games, maybe play video games. Who knows what it is that you need to be doing. But in order to surmount the challenge, you're going to be using Loki, giving, play, and then receiving self-love.
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
I'm excited for this week.
Me too. So far as we remember to do it. Do you want to draw an advice card for thing to keep your mind on, like the carrot that we're going to get at the end of the week if we attack all these challenges with full presence and lucidity?
Absolutely. Let's see. I pulled the Ten of Wands, which is oppression. But the way I actually see this card is kind of like we're able to step out of our oppression.
Yeah, what it looks like to me is that there's like a furnace burning, like a fire burning, and the bars, these are wands, or these
They are wands, yes.
The bars across are like channeling the fire rather than letting it burn you. It's like sending, I guess it's going to be controlling your energy, and it's going to be a new mastery of energetic control that you get over your own focus and will and emotions as a result of what we're doing by utilizing that.
Yeah, and it looks like potential Merkaba being formed as well.
Nice.
So,
and a grid.
So it looks like we'll be unlocking new powers within ourselves.
Sweet, I'll take that. All right, so in summary, just to remind you guys what it was.
This week is going to be a strong week of creation. The universe is really listening, and anything you want to create, this is a great week to do it in.
And as you're doing this, you're represented by the giving of power and the receiving of home energies.
And the actual challenge is going to be actually creating what we want, because of all the distractions that goes on in our daily lives. The actual challenge is going to be creating our best lives, or creating whatever it is you want to create on your highest level.
And the way to surmount these challenges is giving out a playful, fun, tricky energy and having a good time, and then receiving self-love and making sure that you take care of yourself. And that also goes into the home, because I think you're supposed to be taking care of yourself in the home this week.
And what I see us receiving is actually a release and a power upgrade, and receiving new energy from ourselves.
Okay, thanks you guys. Good luck this week. I hope it's fantastic. We're going to try to do one of these a week, but we'll see, because you never do know what's going to happen. But that's our intention.
Definitely, yeah. And I'm excited for this week. It's going to be a really great week, and I hope you guys are having a great new year.
Yeah, watch that vibe. Remember how much awesomeness there is around you. Everything is around you, just as much things to feel great about and just as many things to feel terrible about. So it just depends on what you focus on. All right, guys, much love. Go in peace. We'll talk to you again very soon.